What's up? I'm Alexia from Z90, and I'm so excited because I have a good friend of mine on this Zoom interview, Felix. He's the lead singer from SM Familia. What's up, Felix?
Hey, what's up, San Diego? How's everybody doing out there? And how you doing, Lexi?
I'm good. Thank you so much for hanging with us today. I want to say that I was really excited for you guys when I saw that you guys were going to be playing the Feed the Need drive-in concert. I was like, what? They're on the bill. That's so dope. Like, how excited were you guys about it?
Uh, well, when I got that email, at first I was like, I just saw Pecco in the subject, and I was like, okay, this is interesting, just because of what's going on,
Yeah.
And then I saw the date, and then I find out it's the show. I'm like, wow, it hit me different than like a normal show would. We've played some big shows, and those always hit me too. But just because this lockdown, this quarantine, and then being like, I guess the first thing back
Yeah.
from lockdown, right?
Yeah, it's
Was
the
just
first concert.
in California, supposedly, and
Yeah.
that's just that weight alone, is it just it hit us hard. And sometimes all the band members, they don't text me back right away, but they sure as hell answered me right away on this one.
They were like, "Oh my gosh, we're on the bill!" Like,
Yeah, they're like,
huge.
oh, we saw it. We're ready for rehearsal. All right. But
That's
it's
so
cool.
awesome.
We're super excited. To just join a bunch of locals. Switchfoot, Hyrie, and everybody. So it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I love the vibes. I mean, it's super representing San Diego with all the bands on the bill. The evening show with Hyrie and Switchfoot is already sold out, so that one's going to be awesome. I want to help you guys sell out your portion. There's like, as of right now, there's probably like 70 tickets left. I'm sure by the end of the week, it's going to be done.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you're seeing this, go get your ticket ASAP. But I just want to talk a little bit too about what you guys have been up to. I know you guys released an album not too long ago, so tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we put out the journey so far in November, and big up BHI Illustrations on that. But it's something new we put out where I could really put out what we are and what we stand for, which is a true cultural melting pot of musicians, of musical heads putting stuff together, because it is a bilingual album. So you don't really see that often. It's either Spanish or it's English, but it's one of these things that, being here from San Diego, we needed to put together something that really represents, San Diego. And that's, both English and Spanish equally, and representing, my Mexican culture along with my American culture, because I am a Mexican American. So it was a beautiful to get this thing into fruition. It started about like 3 years ago, honestly, from the first song recorded to the actual release. So yeah, we're pretty excited about that. It's doing really well. People are really enjoying it. And that's all I could ask for, is just some good feedback, and hoping that people do dig the vibes, and it's been working out ever since.
Yeah, for sure. And your guys' live show is always amazing. I have been fortunate to be at the shows, or maybe I was DJing alongside you guys at some of them, but love seeing you guys live. It's always like awesome. So, I mean, what do you guys put in for your live show? I know you guys practice a lot and all of that. So how much of that is like a big deal too?
It's huge. Although sometimes it's not necessary to get together, because everyone is a true professional. They do their homework, and stuff like that. So we can always get together and rock a show. But when there is the time, we do also enjoy each other's time together behind the scenes, because we're all grown up now. Everyone's got the kids, some even have kids going through college and stuff. And so it's not that easy to get together. And one thing about me is I've always wanted to be as true as I can to all my original members, and because one guy doesn't show up or whatever, I still want to keep the vibe that we have, that we had when we made the album, when we made the previous EP, So, but for shows where it's of this nature, what we practice more or try to hone in more is the actual show. So you know, obviously our songs we've played millions of times already, but it's
Yeah.
more about the show. So for us, you know, we love piecing all our songs together, you know, interludes in
Hmm.
between songs, you know, samples that we dig out, you know, of like, say a speech or something that's aimed towards the effect that we're trying to go for that night, you
Yeah.
know. So that's where we really hone in and love to do practices, because we're trying new things in between songs to, like I said, you know, glue this puzzle together, which
Hmm.
is like the SM Familia show. You know, we're not just like getting together on stage right away and just, let's play this song, let's play this song, let's play this song. You know, we like to
Right.
make an art out of making set lists, you know, which is something you don't, you know, see that often. You know, when you go to a good show, it's
Hmm.
because those guys, they put on, or they put a lot of work into the set list, how
Right.
songs are going to go, what's going to be next, what's going to be first, what's going to be last, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's a huge thing for us, getting that rehearsal time in for making, you know, each show memorable and special.
So I know you guys have a certain style. I would say it's like cumbia, reggae, you know, Latin vibes. Who are some of your influences that kind of created, you know, or helped you create the style that you have as a band?
Well, it's a, you know, obviously a long story, because it all comes from the
That's okay. We
beginnings
have
of what I
time.
used. Well, in that case, it all started in 1992. Um, I'm into all types of music. You know, I'll put on
Yeah.
some hieroglyphics,
Mhm.
and then I'll put on some Selena.
Mhm.
It's just, that's, people don't like me DJing when I'm in the car, because it just like it's all over the place, you know, and it's just,
That's a
and
music
sometimes I'll
lover.
and so you know, I've had interviews where they're like, what, like some people never really heard of that mix, you know, of reggae,
Mhm.
cumbia, you know,
Mhm.
and like, what were you smoking that day to come up with something, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know, it's just, it took me a while. I've been a musician for a long time. I used to play with Stranger, and it took me a while to be able to mesh like what I do, you know, and
Mhm.
I obviously look up to a lot of big artists here in San Diego as well, that that have had that vibe, you know,
Mhm.
Elijah back in the day, you know, Carlos, and these guys that I've looked up to, because they know how to hone in this Latin infused reggae, you know.
Yeah.
And not everyone can do it, you know. It's kind of weird. You can't just throw together a band and start playing like a Latin reggae groove
Mm-mm.
or a cumbia, you know. I'm blessed to have the guys I play with, because they put in that sound, they put in that vibe, you
Yeah.
know,
They're
a
knowledgeable
percussion.
of that.
And it's you know, it's a beautiful thing, because then yeah, we just start kind of putting our flavors together in a pot, and then we're able to just take my vision of like, you know what, we're gonna have this roots, you know, reggae and cumbia, because
Mhm.
cumbia goes back to the roots too. It's all like Afro Mexica
Mhm.
instrumentation. It's all has that same beat in the end. It's just a matter of how you blend it and present it. And
Right.
that's what took us a while to, like, you know, like, we're not just going to play one cumbia song and then play a reggae song and then a cumbia
Mhm.
song and then a reggae song. There's got to be a way to do it correctly. And like I said, you know, following some of the greats here in San Diego, it allowed us to try to get that vibe, which is just a real genuine, true show. You know, obviously,
Mhm.
you know, you see the pictures that we have up of the band and stuff, and you know, there's a lot of Latinos, you know, but at the same time, we have, you know, a few, you know, I don't know, I guess the best way to say it during these kind of sensitive times that we're in right now, but you know, we have some guys from all kinds of cultures, you know, and
Yeah.
so you're like, man, I just wonder what they're gonna play if you don't know who we are, you know, and
Mhm.
we just bring it genuine. Like, you know, I sing it in Spanish, I'll sing it in English. You know, we have the Latin grooves, we have a little bit of everything, and it's like I said, it's been a fun journey. That's why, you know, we called the album The Journey So Far, because it took us a while to do this album, so we can portray that correctly, you know?
Right. Yeah, no, that's amazing. I love hearing this story because, you know, I've kind of just seen you guys over the years. I'm not exactly sure like when the first SM Familia show was, but if you can think back to that day, how did you feel? Were you nervous? Like, what was the vibe?
Man, you know, right now I'm in my studio, so I have I'm looking at my wall of a bunch of posters that we try to keep. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm so bad with that. I'm so bad with pictures and all that, to take pictures and save stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever we've kept here does run from like the beginning. And I mean, honestly, like I'm looking at one from like 2016 or 15 or
Oh, wow.
okay, how about this? 2014. This was
Uh-huh.
one of our more first ones when we released our EP with Hyrie and True Press
Oh,
at
nice.
Typhoon Saloon
Where's
in
that?
Pacific Beach.
Oh, okay.
It's what, isn't it like the country club now or
Oh,
something?
yeah, yeah,
Moonshine
yeah.
Beach or something.
Moonshine. Oh, yes.
So it was
Wow.
Typhoon Saloon in 2014. I think
Hey,
that was
that was
one
a
of
big
our.
deal, though. Like, I mean, you're playing True Press. I love Pedro, by the way. He's
Oh
amazing. And
yeah,
Trish is amazing. So that was like a really cool
yeah.
show for you guys to get.
It was. You know, that's kind of when Hyrie was starting to like come out here in San Diego too. So
Hmm.
when we got hit up, we were working with a booking company at that time, and they hit us up and they're like, hey, you know, this Islander girl's coming into town and she's starting to rip it up. You know, you guys want to do a show with her? And lo and behold, 2020, you know, she's just
Yeah,
huge, you know,
I
and it's
know.
and yeah, that was an amazing show. I don't know if you remember how Typhoon Saloon was set up. It's kind of
Hmm.
funky, you
Yeah,
know, not really like a
yeah,
stage area. It was really funky, but it was just cool because there's, you know, the pit at the bottom just full. Then
yeah.
you have like the second deck off to the left full. That was a lot higher. Then you got
Hmm.
the people to the right that are like almost stage level, and then the
Yeah.
bars in the back, like super cool, but super packed. And we felt good because like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. We're gonna finally showcase kind of some of this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But at that point, it's not like what it is right now, which is you know, we ensure, not that we didn't before, but we ensure that every note, every nook, every cranny of our show is close to 100% complete, you
Yeah.
know, when we play. So
Hmm.
before it was like, you know, we had some songs and it was cool, but you know, they're not as any song is meaningful to me, you know. Every song
Hmm.
I've ever wrote is super meaningful to me. It takes me back to a time, you know. But
Yeah.
growing and growing as a musician, as a songwriter, you know, it takes you further and further the rabbit hole of
Right.
writing and your emotions. And so uh, they're a little bit different nowadays, the shows, than they were before because of that. Because I have to do justice for the song. You know, it's like you you write a song and you can play it in your room with your guitar by yourself, but to present it to 100 people, 1,000 people, even 5 people at a coffee shop,
Hmm.
um, you have to do it right to the song. You know,
Right.
the song becomes an entity, and so you have to try to respect that entity, and you're not gonna just throw it out there, not prepared, you know, not practiced, or
Hmm.
just not throwing your full 100% passion behind every word that you sing, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And so at this point, with the songs that we've written and everything, they're to that point where it's you know, it's a little bit of a different vibe since the Hyrie True Press 2014 times, for sure.
I'm sure it was good then too, though.
It was. People loved it. You know, it's just musicians being overcritical about themselves.
As they always are. That's just how it goes.
You know, I love what I do. I love, like if I play for, sometimes more nerve wracking doing the 5 people thing than like
Hmm.
the 1,000 people thing, because
Yeah.
you know, you're just a little bit more vulnerable,
Yeah.
and so that's where I'm always like, you know, I got to do the song justice. I gotta, you know, perform this with my full heart and soul. You know,
Hmm. What
so.
songs on this latest album would you say are your favorite? Like, if you had to pick three.
it's funny.
I know
It
that's
changes
hard.
all
They're
the
like your
time.
babies, right? Do I gotta pick my favorite kid right now?
Yeah, right. Seriously. Unlike children though, I can have favorites with my songs. So
Okay.
um, I I've been I've been doing these. I've finally got my lyrics on Instagram now. You know how
Oh,
you
that's
can do your
cool.
story,
Yeah.
and then the lyrics start scrolling.
Uh-huh.
It's funny how much I disconnected from some of my songs because now I'm looking back at the lyrics.
Hmm.
Looking at them on the Instagram, and I'm like, damn, that's actually like, I have something going with those lyrics like that really
Yeah.
resonate with me.
Hmm.
So right now, honestly, one of the big ones is All My Love.
Hmm.
It's just, and then New Day is actually another one that I really love too. It's crazy how the world works. Like, you know, if you get a chance, go check them out. But I mean, it's just weird how it's just so relevant right now to what's going on.
Hmm.
I mean, there's always a battle like with reggae right now, or
Right.
not right now. It's always been a battle of like, do you sing about love songs or do you sing about, you know, revolution,
Hmm.
and everyone has their own opinion on it. There's not necessarily one right or one wrong because, the genre cannot be, how would you say, you can't segregate the genre, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
of like, no, it's only if you don't have these type of lyrics, no, I mean, there's roots reggae, there's Jamaican ska compared to other
Hmm.
types of ska. There's so many different types of little sub outlets, but
Subgenres is what I call them.
yes, exactly, and I never tended to write too much love songs. I
Hmm.
tended to write a lot of kind of strong, like prideful, um, kind of rebel music,
Yeah.
and so it's crazy with all that's going on, as an artist, yourself, as an artist as well. These kind of times weigh on your heart pretty
They do.
heavy. It's just like you don't know what to say, and then everyone's like hitting you up like, why aren't you not saying anything? Why are you not raising your voice, using your
Hmm.
platform, da da da, and we have, but it's tough to like know what to do. It wrenches on your heart because it's such a delicate situation.
Yeah.
But I've always, like I said from the beginning, just tended to write really type of rebel music, and those two songs, with all of my emotions right now of what's going on right now,
Hmm.
have been hitting me really hard. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, these, like, sorry, excuse me. These freaking lyrics here, they're a little bit premature, and now they're hitting me harder than when I wrote them.
Yeah.
Because now we're actually in these times where it's, you know, uh, it's you need that type of reggae music.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I just want to say, I don't want you to feel like, oh, if you haven't said something or spoke out, I know people are giving a lot of people a hard time right now. But I feel like your music has always done that, and you've been speaking out since the get go. So don't like say that, don't feel weird or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just we've posted things here and there in support of kind of both sides,
Hmm.
but not like taking a stand on a side. And I know they say if you're in the middle, then you're against us, this and
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But it's just you know, it's really hard. We're just gonna try to be on the side of positivity all the
Yeah.
time,
Hmm.
not negativity, because there's a lot of positive things happening and negative things happening. So we're just on the side of the positive parts,
Right.
because it's just everything is so delicate that if I support one side, then the other side's not gonna like me, or this and that, or this and that. It's just straight up right or wrong, black or
Hmm.
white, this side or
Yeah.
that side.
Yeah.
There's no standing on the fence right now with
Hmm.
the way society is right now. So it's tough to do that, as a band or as an artist, yourself
Hmm.
as a radio DJ.
Yeah.
everyone is looking up to us for our opinions, and
Hmm.
make sure that we side with someone. And
Yeah.
I'm always going to side for positivity no
Yeah,
matter what.
that's good. I just think like just to always make sure you're representing like how you really feel and what you really think. And like you said, positivity and love. And, you know, uh, and if you are going to like be about it, just make sure you educate yourself on whatever you're talking about and all of that. Cause I know a lot of people aren't doing
Exactly.
that. So that's been really upsetting for me, so, but
Hmm.
it is what it is right now. And, I'm positive and I'm hoping that, justice is served and we can move
Yeah.
on and move forward and remember this as something that, we all stood for together and all of that. But, to,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly.
so
Yeah.
thank you for those kinds of songs though. Definitely.
Yeah. Those two right there. They do have the lyrics on Instagram. So check
Hmm.
them out, and you'll see. Yeah. Thank you for that. Because we have been saying it for a long time. We have been putting out that kind of music and that vibe of things that are going on right now.
Hmm.
And it's just crazy that we're living in it. But again, all the best to everybody out there. We just wish everyone to be safe, and exactly like you put it right now, is just before you take any side or even start thinking about it, just educate yourself first, because
Yeah.
unfortunately, a lot of people that are out there doing this stuff are not. And
Hmm.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest problems. Like, I'm not going to go do something right now if I'm not fully invested into learning both sides,
Right. Yeah.
and with an open mind. And so, yeah,
Hmm.
it's crazy. And like I said, I just wish everybody the best out there. And, love will conquer. We'll see.
Definitely, definitely. So this drive-in, the Feed the Need drive-in is, it's doing some good because if you buy a ticket for this, you're going to be feeding San Diego, and I think it's amazing. So if you want to do something, you get to social distance. You're going to be in your car, and like I said, helping basically, stop hunger in San Diego. There's other things you can do too. I went to their website, and you can give funds and give time, and just give your voice about speaking about feeding San Diego because people might not be paying attention to that. So we got to make sure everybody remembers that that's something happening too. There's a lot of things happening, and I think it's really amazing that you can buy a ticket, you can watch a whole live show, you can bring your own snacks and social distance, and
Yeah.
it's just going to be a good time. Like, I am excited about this because I don't think I've seen anybody do it in the US. I saw somebody do it like in the UK or somewhere.
Uh-huh. I saw
um,
that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I seen that and I was like, wow, that's interesting, so this is going to be like kind of history, because it's the first concert since the shutdown here in California, and you guys get to be a part of it, which is huge.
Yeah.
um,
We're really excited. And, yeah, like you said, this is kind of, I mean, yeah, I believe it could be the first show in like the nation. But I know
I
for
think so.
sure
I don't know, but I think so too.
that's crazy, and
Yeah.
I just know for sure it is in California. So
Mm-hmm.
also, what I want to say too is San Diego, just let's all get together for one cause, and it's for a good cause, like you said, to help these
Yeah.
people out, to help our needy out in San
Mm-hmm.
Diego. So let's also behave ourselves because it's going to be all of California's eyes on this.
Yes.
They're basically testing out if something like this will work,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm sure all the guys behind the scenes working on this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they're gonna come out with a head of gray hair after this because there's probably a
I know.
lot of stuff that
I
they have
know.
to ensure
Yeah.
right now, that it's that they have plenty on their plate to get ready for notice of 1 week.
Right. I
um,
know.
and so, like you said, it could be the first in the nation. If that is the case, then we have all 50 states looking into
Uh-huh.
us, to see how it goes. Because if it is the first one in the nation, then it could be the new norm, I guess,
Yeah.
as everyone's saying, the new
Yeah.
norm, and we're like the guinea pigs, so,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounds like it's going to be such a beautiful, beautiful, awesome event, and so I'm
Yeah.
stoked for San Diego to be the ones. And we do have good people here in San Diego
Yeah.
that are down for the cause as well. So
Yeah, and I know, people were looking at us too when the beaches opened, and we did such a great job with that. So I hope that we can
we
do a good
did.
job with this too, and have fun and just positive vibes, and you're supporting a good cause, like you said. What do you know as far as like, are you guys going first? Is a different band going first? Like, do you know?
So the plan is Los Sleepwalkers.
Mm-hmm.
Those dudes are pretty dope.
They
We
are.
were
Oh
on
my! Their guitarist is like one of the best guitarists I've ever seen, like here in San Diego.
they're
He's so
fire.
good.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
super dope. Yeah, we were on with Tim Piles last night on
Hmm.
91X, and he was playing some of their music too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guitarist is fire. They're
Yeah.
super dope.
Yeah, he
Super
is.
dope,
I,
man.
I saw him
So
live, and I was just like at Border X one time, and I was
uh-huh,
just blown
uh-huh.
away. I was doing all these videos, and I was just like, everybody's like, who is that? And I'm like, oh, Los Sleepwalkers, or he's in Los Sleepwalkers, or whatever,
hmm
But yeah, they're
No,
really
they were super dope. So they're gonna open the show.
cool.
Um, and then it's gonna be us and then B-side.
B-side players,
And
awesome.
then I don't I'm still yet to get all the final details on what's going on. But
Hmm.
I think, after that there's gonna be like a clear out or something, some kind of break
Hmm.
between the evening show.
That's kind of what I was assuming. I don't have that info yet either, but yeah, because
Hmm
there's two separate tickets, for that show and for the day
Yes.
show.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So I think the people are coming in, hanging out for the first
mhm.
half, taking off, and then comes the next wave or
Yeah,
whatever people, so
I think it's going
and
to be so amazing.
it's gonna, I mean, it's, Petco's behind it, so the production's gonna be there, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm so curious. My engineers talking with their people right now to try to get a layout of the staging and all that.
Hmm. Yeah.
But I just heard massive sound and massive video,
Oh,
you
wow.
know. So
That's amazing.
and I didn't make up that word massive either. It wasn't in the
That's
email, but
what
it was
they
like
said.
what one of them said.
Oh my gosh, that is so
But
funny.
it's gonna be it's gonna be so cool. We're so excited, and the fact that we've all been in lockdown too. I've been doing a lot of these videos that I've been putting up
Hmm.
on our
I
YouTube
noticed
and
the
stuff,
streaming and stuff.
doing a
That's a
lot of
whole
live
nother
streams.
thing.
That's the most I've been telling people, like, that's
You've been
been
ready for that, though. You've been ready for that at your place. I
oh
know
my
because
god.
we've talked about it, like we're supposed to jam
Yeah,
together sometime soon. We haven't yet, but it's going to happen.
it's I've been telling people it's the most nerve-wracked I've ever been for a show, the
Really?
live streaming thing, I
Wow.
swear. Because my producer, Wiley Miranda from Thumpadelic Records, he
Hmm.
basically he's a guru when it comes to this video stuff now.
Yeah.
And I mean, so when he comes over here, like, my studio is like, I call it a modular studio because I have it ready for not just recording or, not just recording, but rehearsals. So when we get
Hmm.
all 7 people in here, I have it ready for like photo stuff. So when we need to do like some kind of
Wow.
headshots of the band or something like that, we have a nice clean backdrop, kind of, green
Jeez.
screen stuff. And then we can also clear the room out for video. And so he comes in here with like 5 GoPros, a couple laptops,
Hmm.
cabling and lighting. So he's able to stream me live on Instagram and Facebook with
Wow.
what you would hear out of like a recording, because we're
Yeah.
going into a recording program. And he has multiple camera angles, so he's able to fade in and out of them. He
Hmm.
adds graphics to it, motion graphics even, that are super smooth, like in the
Wow.
side right here.
Yeah.
Um, but so imagine this whole huge setup and then lights and stuff, and then me and like 5 cameras, and then you start seeing people join
Sorry
on
for
your
that noise,
live
guys.
and
I am at
stuff.
home. Sorry.
Hey, that's part of the quarantine,
I
right? You can't work from home.
know. Yeah,
But
but being live and everybody
that's so
watching you,
nerve
and if you
wracking.
mess up
So
and
nerve
all that.
wracking. I'm just like, man, you can hear everything, and then he records it too, so I can watch all the messed ups afterwards. So it's like,
Yeah, I know. I
No,
did
people heard that.
that's funny. I did one live stream so far and I felt the same way. I was like, I had to do this twice, like, because now I think I'll be okay the next time, but
Cali
it is
Roots,
hard.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. I saw you do that. That's so awesome. And yeah, it's just like I said, 10,000 people. Like when we played with Residente the what do you call it? The Caliente,
Oh
Estadio
yeah, in
Caliente.
TJ.
That
Mm-hmm.
was the weirdest setup. Real quick, just to break down real quick, it was like VIP area was in the front, and that was
Mm-hmm.
like, I swear, like maybe a couple thousand capacity, just the VIP.
Wow.
And so the actual general admission was so far away from us, and that was ridiculously crazy packed as well.
Yeah.
Was so far from me, like
Yeah.
I can't even see their faces because that's how far they were. So it's just ridiculous, like how it was set up. But I mean, that was like, it had to be like 10K or something,
Oh my
and
gosh.
I was nowhere as nervous as doing these live streams. I'm not even like playing with you. It's
Oh,
like
that
I'm
is
being
so
super
funny.
real. It's like my first show when I was a teenager, just like really like really shaking and stuff, because it's
Yeah.
just like, and then because technology is scary. Like at least microphones and stuff like that, like playing live shows, they have massive power run from the
Yeah.
city,
Mm-hmm.
generators and stuff, so and engineers that focus on strictly electricity,
Yeah.
so it's a little more okay, cool. But when I'm doing everything here, like as soon as something cuts out, or just technology has its way to mess up right at the last second,
Yeah.
so it's like, so that's what's
Oh
like
my gosh.
even more nerve-wracking, because you're just like, oh dude, I hope that's out. And it has
Yeah.
before, when we started doing like my first one, I don't know what
Mm-hmm.
happened, but in the middle, because I do the loop stuff, I'm playing by
Yeah.
myself. I haven't played with any of my guys in a while,
Yeah.
so I'm playing like 5 instruments, and it's all dependent on this looping stations that I have, and it
Mm-hmm.
went out. So then
Oh
I'm like
no.
singing, like the track cuts out basically.
Oh
It's just like,
no.
it's like, oh,
It's okay.
oh
You're
buddy.
live. You can be like, hey guys, technical difficulties. Give me a second. Let me fix this real quick. Nobody's going to be
Or you
mad at you, I
just gotta
promise.
play it off like that was the point. Like I just forgot
You're
the
always trying to drop the
that
sound out
DJ
right here.
scratch.
You're always
Intimate
actually wheeling it
acapella.
right now.
For real though, it's just like but obviously when we're on there, it's all our friends and family and fans and stuff,
Yeah.
so they're a little more forgiving than that Estadio Caliente crowd that you can get
Yeah.
sometimes.
Love the shows down there. They're so epic.
Man, the last one we saw was I think the Guns N' Roses show.
Oh, wow.
And then that like the power went out for
Oh,
like,
no.
it was so bad. I just started to
Aw.
get nervous. I'm watching like from the
Yeah.
talks, but
Yeah.
I'm getting hella nervous because what's his name? Slash is back there, eating someone alive. Like, how dare you guys cut off our sound right in the
Oh,
middle? And
no.
there's I'm just thinking, like, because I used to be an engineer. I
Yeah.
used to do sound. I used to do a bunch of
Yeah.
tech stuff, and I know how it goes. I used to work for the union, so we
Yeah.
do shows like at the sports arena and stuff. I know how it goes. As soon as someone messes up, heads are getting cut like instantly. Like, who did that? Oh, you?
Oh
All
my
right,
gosh.
get the heck out of my face. Get out of here. I don't want to
Oh
see you.
man.
And it's
Yeah.
just cutthroat like that, because you got a band like Guns N' Roses, and
Yeah.
you're gonna have technical difficulties,
Right.
in the middle of it. Like, no.
Yeah.
So
Ah.
people are getting fired. It's like, oh no, get that
Dang,
power back
that's
on. And
crazy.
it took them like 10 minutes or something to get it
Well,
on.
just
Like,
remember that like the crowd is super forgiving, and if that was to happen, everybody's like, okay, just get back to it. Like that's really
yeah,
what we think when we're watching. I mean, we might get mad, like,
sure.
where's the sound? That was my jam. Like, are you going to start that song over? But
Yeah.
yeah.
We're more worried about the supervisor of sound tech in the back that's ready to just grab me and throw me out.
Oh my
Crazy.
gosh.
The production world gets really hectic, and that's why anytime we play, I always try to big up production teams and our
Yeah.
engineers, our roadies, because they do have it. They do have it hard, like you said. You know, fans are
Mm-hmm.
forgiving to us.
Yeah.
You know, if something like that happens, but tech crews and bosses and managers are not. You know,
Yeah, I know
unfortunately,
that's for sure.
it's a cutthroat industry. You know, you mess
Yeah.
up sound for Tyga or you know Justin
Yeah.
Bieber, you know that there's
Yeah.
someone getting yelled at. You know.
Like, I mean, I've even gotten yelled at in the radio industry, like for messing up a break. And I'm like, I'm a human being. I'm not a robot. You know, I swear one of my bosses was like, do I need to go in there and do your job for you? And I'm like, no, I got this.
And you got a lot of controls going on in front of you too. So I mean,
Yeah, I know.
I see. You
Sometimes
know,
if you're listening to the radio and all of a sudden like it goes off and something happens, the person in there is for sure freaking out. So you can like laugh a little bit just so you know. People don't know that. We're like, oh my
yeah, you
God, what
see.
button do I press? I don't know what's happening right now. Like, let me turn on my mic. I don't know, you know?
You know how it goes. You know
Yeah.
exactly how it goes. It's scary sometimes.
Yeah, it definitely is. So, where can we find you, like on social media? And like, do you have a website or like YouTube, SoundCloud, all that stuff? Is it all the same?
Everything, everywhere, on any online platform. SM Familia, and you'll find everything. Our .com, you know, our social media, Instagram, Facebook, all our music distributions, iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. I think. No, yeah, literally. I think there's a Wikipedia even now at this point. Like,
Wow.
there's a lot of, you know, this quarantine really got me honing in
Mm-hmm.
to the other side of music that
Mm-hmm.
I don't like using the word hate. Let's say that I don't like very much
Mm-hmm.
is all the tech stuff, like
Yeah.
the Google stuff, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the background stuff that I've never did before. I'd always
Yeah.
hire someone to do because you know it's also a whole nother field in itself. You
Right.
know, as far as
Mm-hmm.
work,
It
you
really is.
know, and it's something I've learned that there's a lot to do in it, but I've learned a lot during this quarantine. You know, from like the Instagram lyrics to a lot of this stuff, like I had to do it all myself,
Yeah.
you know, and so um, finding out how Google works and all this stuff, I'm realizing that there's a lot of stuff out there on our name that I just had to go
Mm-hmm.
find and claim.
Right.
So at this, yeah, if you just Google SM Familia anywhere, and you're gonna see, you know, our pictures pop up, our music pop up, all the links to where you need to go, whether you need to, you know, cop some merch or download some tunes.
Right.
smfamilia.com, SM Familia everywhere.
Awesome. And we do want to sell out this Feed the Need drive-in concert. So again, there are tickets still left, and the tickets are at feedtheneedsandiego.com. Send your friends over there, send your mom over there, anybody, your family, your whoever. Let's all go together. I think it's
Yes.
going to be such a good thing. And like, we're going to be social distancing. So, you know, you're going to be in the comfort of your car, safe and
Hmm.
sound. So it's going to be good vibes. I'm happy for you guys to be on the
Thank you.
bill again. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. And
Thank
I'll
you.
probably see you there from a distance.
From a distance, girl. Air
From a
fives
distance.
all day. Air fives all day.
I'm gonna be like Felix. But
But just no
awesome.
honking though, all
I know,
right?
no honking. Yeah, I know, right? Oh my God, what if people start honking? They should like tell. I
That's
know
the
that's
new norm. That's how people
maybe
applaud
that's
and
how we're gonna
scream now.
clap. Yeah. Oh my God, I did not even think of that till right now. Wow.
Hey, that's the new age, new world we're in, right? All these new norms. So that's gonna be it's gonna be
Oh
our
my God.
applause for a while. This is a bunch of annoying car horns.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
That's funny
Well,
though. Of
thank you so much for chatting with me, Felix. I appreciate it. SM
course.
Familia is going to be at the Feed the Need drive-in concert, so don't miss their set.
Yeah, man. Get your tickets now. It's for a good cause. San Diego, come out. We'd love to see you from a distance. Thank you so much for having me again, Alexia.